That same day, after he was with the girl in the river, she fell into a terrible sickness. But that was just the beginning. The moment Kiamaka collapsed to the ground, Ibuka screamed and rushed towards her. "Somebody help! Somebody please! Help!" He knelt beside her, his hands on her chin, his gaze fixed on her body. Kiamaka's eyes were halfway closed. Ibuka then noticed her wrapper was wet, and the wetness clung to her thighs, between her legs. Fear crawled into his chest. What he was seeing was overwhelming. He didn't know whether to keep screaming or just fall silent. He didn't know what to do. Even if he wanted to take her to the hospital, where would the money come from? Ibuka was completely perplexed, frozen on the spot. Again, he looked at Kiamaka, who was now beginning to gasp for breath. Ibuka's heart skipped a beat. "Chi-Chi, no, no," Ibuka whispered, his voice breaking. "Please, just open your eyes. Who on earth would do this to you?" He whimpered, not expecting an answer. But then her voice came weakly. "Yo, your fry end." He was not expecting that response at all. My what?" he asked, his eyes almost bulging out of his head. "Which of my friends?" But before she could say another word, her breath ceased, and both her eyes shut completely. "Chi, no." A cluster of tears raced down Ibuka's face. "You can't do this to me." Just then, two neighbors ran in. "Ibuka, we heard you shouting." One of them asked, "What happened?" The second one added, but they suddenly grew cold when their eyes met Kiamaka lying lifeless on the floor. More and more neighbors began to rush in, drawn by the commotion. Meanwhile, at the river, a familiar voice echoed from the water. I see what you've done." Michael jerked the moment he raised his head to see her. Immediately, he bowed his head again, in reverence to the river goddess. "Greetings, your majesty," he muttered slowly. I have done everything you asked," Michael whispered, his body trembling with fear. "I'm aware, gentleman. I saw all that you did.